Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick, and today, guys, we're jumping down into the world of Cardano. Happy 𝗕𝗂𝗪 Day, and today is the day of the hard fork, right? So we are going to be seeing the upgrade in approximately 3 hours, at least at the point of recording this video, about 2 hours maybe from when this video actually goes live, right? So the epic ends at about 3 hours approximately. It's 8 p.m. UK, so it's approximately 11 p.m. UK time that we're going to see this. So it's going to be super interesting to kind of see what happens next, right? So we're going to be talking specifically around the kind of Cardano price action of ADA, but it's going to be a series of emotional responses to the 𝗕𝗂𝗪 upgrade. You're going to see some speculative investors just come out. Okay, that's kind of a bit of a given. And you're going to see a lot of kind of fantastic things that are going to unfold over the next few days, as kind of, Chris has highlighted. In fact, even Charles Hoskinson highlighted on our interview with him as well. So I'll link that into this video so you guys can check that one out if you haven't done so already, just with kind of what to expect post 𝗕𝗂𝗪. Okay. Let's talk ADA though, right? Let's talk about the price action of Cardano and see what we think is going to happen, right? So we're seeing a little bit of a lift right here. And obviously our highest expectations with our current structures were around 46.09 to 48.33, as indicated with this particular yellow box, okay? So we kind of have wicked into this a couple of times already, right? We can kind of see just here, nice little wick, here's another one. So we've already come into our hit our expectations when it comes to Cardano's structure. One of the things that's super interesting about all of this down here is it is very corrective. There isn't a clear definitive structure in here just to kind of note. So it's worth noting that there is potential that this is actually an expanding flat and would end with 5 waves coming up back into this yellow box before continuing our move to the downside. Now this here looks like a pretty clear kind of structured drop. Looks like 5 waves to me. Okay, so again, keeping a close eye on what this looks like, and because this actually is an indication as to what might happen next, okay? When I kind of zoom out just a fraction, we can see 5 waves coming down here, 3 waves coming up. We were expecting 5 waves down. Now, for the most part, that is actually kind of where we are, right? A zigzag pattern 5-3-5. And we can argue that this here, down to this level, actually completes that structure, meaning that we're in new territory. Alternatively, it means that we could potentially be seeing something a bit more sinister, and we just can't see it yet. As in, this is 5, we might have 3 coming up, and then we drop down in 5 more, then 3 up, then 5 more. And basically that's an indication that this is actually a third wave out of a bigger structure. Okay, so caution to the wind a little bit there, or we shouldn't throw caution to the wind, I should say, and we should be a little bit more cautious when it comes to what's going to happen with Cardano next. Okay, now with them, for the most part, if I do actually go ahead and just draw those on, just so that you're aware of kind of everything as I can see it, basically here we have these kind of 5 waves just coming down here. Okay, so that would be 5-3-5. That completes our minimum expectation of an ABC. A, B, C. Okay, so that is kind of, fair enough. That's fair play. That's done. However, this structure here gives us a little bit of room for concern. Okay, and we can kind of see within here that we might be starting to see this kind of lift up into a final structure. So what my expectations are that we're probably going to be over the next few hours heading up a little bit further. I would say probably into this little zone just here at 46.34 through to about 46.98. Okay, that number, it would be a 5th wave. Okay, so if I draw this up, we would have wave 1 here, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and that there would be wave 5. Okay, and as such, that basically would complete our structure for an expanding flat correction. Okay, this would basically be giving us our series of higher highs on this side, and also our lower lows on this side. Okay, basically 3 up, 3 down, 5 up. Okay, so I don't really want to draw it all in. I'll try my best to kind of help you with this one though. So we have 3 up here, and then of course we have 3 going down, 1, 2, and 3 coming down here. Okay, so it's 3, 3, 5, I think, and I think that it'll explain this entire correction as a potential B wave, or more kind of, or worse, I guess, is actually wave 2. So if I zoom out of this, and this is where really the kind of the bearishness might sit in. I don't think we've got a huge amount of momentum on the daily, but we'll draw this up anyway, right? We go for 1 down here. This could be our wave 2. then we drop down into a big wave 3, 4, and then follow with that with 5, okay? And again, that would be taking us down quite significantly and would basically be talking about moving us down towards our accumulation zones between 28 and 34 cent. So let's talk a little bit outside of that. Let's hope it's not that, okay? But, we should be aware that that's a possibility. Let's talk about momentum. On this hourly chart, we actually are running out of steam. Okay, so we are approaching this higher range, we are running out of momentum to the upside, and we are potentially going to start to see some kind of reversal. I estimate that to be within that yellow box, okay, that we just spoke about. So just keep a close eye on that. The range that I'm expecting this kind of hourly chart to reach exhaustion is going to be between 46.34 and 46.94. Okay, that's going to be the range. Now, when I come up into our 4 hourly, we're already there. Okay, so we know that we're already reaching this exhaustion level. We're up in the overbought range. We are going to look for corrective action. Again, inside that higher range that I've indicated. The 8-hour chart actually gives us a little bit of hope, and that's the fact that we have not reached overbought. Now, we don't have to come all the way up to the overbought area, but this thing can move fast. So just keep a close eye on the 8-hourly stochastic, because it could be an indication that we are likely to see a bigger pull to the downside. But also gives us hope that actually we might continue a bit of a run to the upside, and damn everything else, and we're not going to see a sell the news event or anything like that. Okay, now the dailies gives us the biggest amount of confidence in Cardano right now. Okay, now our daily chart is actually saying that we're oversold. We can have the momentum to go all the way back to the overbought area, and we can start rallying the price of ADA, and that would be fantastic, right? However, we haven't got the support of the lower timeframes just yet. Not overly important, but it does become a little bit more difficult to think about the daily chart being bullish when the weekly chart is so bearish, along with our kind of 4-hour and hourly stochastic RSIs. So I want to be a little bit cautious here. The daily looks pretty good, but we aren't quite ready for a pump, I don't think. I think we really need to see the 8, the 4, the 1-hour charts just get corrected down a little bit more. So under structures of Elliott wave theory, using the stochastic RSI with that, I think that we have this little push higher, 46.34, 46.94, and then we pull to the downside. The worry here is that maybe it's going to be a deeper retracement, and I'll give you an idea as to where that might actually land if I go ahead and move this over. Let's just take it from the higher side. Actually, I'll take it from the lower side, because that's going to give us the minimum expectation on that kind of pump. It would put us at about 37.92. That would be our trigger point for something really bearish. Okay, so if we know this, then we know kind of what to expect when these kind of levels hit. So right down here at 37.92 cent, that there would be a trigger for a bit of a move, right? So if we were to break down really significantly, this is going to be a key level for us. I would expect us to kind of either just push down a little bit lower than this or bounce directly from this line to the upside. Okay, then from there, I would expect further downside. Okay, now that would be our super bearish kind of scenario, and that would complete our basically our 5-3-5-3-5 structure, and would complete our entire corrective move here. And of course, because of the 5 waves there, we'd then have to see this move up again, okay, in a significant way, probably find additional resistances, and then finally push down into our accumulation zone at a later date. Now, all of that would take a long time to play out. That's not a quick move, okay? But I do want to kind of give you these ideas as to kind of what structures we have here and what these structures might mean for the price action of ADA. Okay, so understand that there is that super bearish model. There's no guarantee that that plays out, because we can, of course, just, come down a little bit, maybe just retest some of these existing lows. That's also possible, right? And because 5-3-5, that is also a very valid structure. The only concern I have is that this looks very corrective, and because this is corrective here, then we can't guarantee that we're moving up in a trend. Instead, the trend that led into this, which are the 5 waves here, basically should continue, and we should continue to trend down. So we want to be a little bit cautious. We don't want to say, too much about, being super bearish or anything like that. We do kind of understand that there's going to be speculative investors who are likely to sell on the news of the Vatsil upgrade. So just play it a little bit cautiously, see how the data sits. And of course, if you haven't joined us in Discord yet, join us down in Discord. We actually cover Cardano pretty much every day down there. And, it's free. I don't think you'll regret not joining us down in Discord. So why not check it out if you haven't done so already? But guys, I'm going to leave the video there, give you a bit of an idea at least as to what to kind of expect on the lead up to the 𝗕𝗲𝗀 upgrade and maybe what happened shortly after. If you found it useful and informative, hit the like button. I do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.